Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. If a pitcher throws 3,000 strikeouts in his career, or a hitter reaches 3,000 hits in their career, chances are they're going to make the Hall of Fame. Well, my friend Sammy Thunder is celebrating 3,000 subscribers to his channel. And recently, he was elected to the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Coincidence? I don't think so. Well, Sammy, congratulations both on reaching 3,000 subscribers and being a new member of the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Well deserved on both accounts. Well, to celebrate reaching 3,000 subscribers on his channel, Sammy's doing a little giveaway, wants to do a VR response contest type thing. And what he wants us to do is show off some of our favorite oddball cards. Now, I don't really have any vintage oddball cards. I'll leave that to Rick. But I do have a ton of Wade Boggs oddball cards. In fact, a lot of the cards of his playing days from the 80s and especially early 90s, there's a lot of oddball stuff. Back then, you had base cards. You may have had some insert cards, but this was the days before parallel cards. It wasn't until like the late 90s till you really got into autograph cards, some parallels, game used cards, things like that. So with the extensive checklist that Wade Boggs has, a lot of his cards could be considered oddball cards. And this is perfect because I was planning on doing a video in which I would show off some of my Wade Boggs oddball cards. So Sammy, this is perfect that you're giving me an opportunity to do that video and also to help support you and celebrate you reaching 3,000 subscribers. Now, for those of you who may not know or be familiar with Sammy's channel, I will have a link to his channel in the description of this video. Definitely go check out his channel. Great guy, great content, great collection. Just one of the outstanding members of the YouTube community. Now, the other thing that Sammy wants us to do in this video, if we can, is to sort of help support Scott Reindeer Studios. He's an artist, if you're not familiar with him, and he's also a baseball card collector. But he does a lot of artist stuff for his website, sells t-shirts, does custom cards, custom drawings. He's an amazing artist. And what Sammy wants us to do is if we purchased any t-shirt from Scott Reindeer Studios, to wear that on the video. Now, the t-shirt that I'm wearing here is technically not a Scott Reindeer Studios t-shirt that I bought off of his website. But a couple years ago, the Leaf Trading Card Company decided to do a special, unique card just for members of the Boggs Trust. There's 13 of us, 14 including Wade, that are members of the Boggs Trust. And Leaf decided to do, as a sort of like a little promotion or thing with Wade Boggs, to do a special card just for members of the Boggs Trust. And I thought it would be really cool to have a Boggs Trust logo for the card, but we didn't have one. So I reached out to Scott and I said, Scott, can you design a logo for the Boggs Trust? And he did, and did an amazing job. And this is the logo that was used on the card. And so I made a t-shirt. I added the founding member to it. But Scott, you did an amazing job for the Boggs Trust logo, so thank you again. So Sammy, I hope this counts as a Scott Reindeer Studios t-shirt for the VR. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and I just picked some, I don't know if these are my favorite Wade Boggs oddball cards. I just went into some boxes. Most of them are still stored away. Haven't had room to display them all or set them out. But I just grabbed a whole bunch of just different oddball stuff that I'm going to show off as part of my Wade Boggs collection. So let's get to it. All right, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about each one of these oddball cards because I picked up like a whole big bunch and I don't want this video to go too long here. But here's one here. This is an 84 Donruss Champions. You can see on the back here actually has a picture of Ted Williams talking about Boggs and Ted Williams and their career. And I actually have an unopened pack of the baseball champions with Wade Boggs on the front. Then I have this 84 Donruss Action All-Stars. These are a bit oversized. There's the back of it. And I also have an unopened pack with the Boggs card showing on the front. Then we have the 85 Donruss Action All-Stars. There's the back of that one there. And I also have an unopened pack with the Boggs card on the front. Here's the 87 Donruss Action All-Stars. I do not have an unopened pack. At least I don't think I do. At least it wasn't in this stack of oddball cards that I picked up. But I don't believe I have an unopened pack with the Boggs card on the front. Here is a block here of Grenada stamps. I'm not sure if the issue date was in late 87 or whether this was 88 for the 87 All-Star team, but matched up with Eric Davis there. And just, blank there for the stamps. We have an M&M's panel that hasn't been, perforated along with Jack Morris. There's the back of that. Those were from, apologize for the glare, 1987. Then we have this Mootown Snackers, and you don't always see this with the attached panel because I think you could send this in send for a complete set of Mootown Snackers baseball player signature series cards. Although there's no signature on them, but there is on the back. So that's probably why it's a facsimile signature. But signature series there. And there's the back of the Mootown Snackers. Still working on my new lighting system here and stuff like that. So I'm still getting some shadows here. But so this is the complete panel for that. Here's a baseball talk. Some of you from the late 80s may remember that there was a little, almost like a record player type thing. You can see on the back has this disc. You would insert it into this player, and it would have the player talk about different things, almost like a little interview. I think there were maybe some broadcasters that talked about a play or something like that. And I think somewhere I still have the player, but I don't think it works anymore. So that's the individual card, and they came in packs of 4, and here's the actual package with Boggs on front, and it came with Wade Boggs, Willie Stargell, Kevin Bass, and Tommy John. So that's what the back of that package looks like, and again, the back of that card. So yeah, the baseball talk. So let me know in the comments if you had one of these baseball talk players and whether you collected any of those cards. Here's just another oddball item. It's a phone card, $10 prepaid phone card put out by the Classic Game Company. They had little travel games in the late 80s into the, I think maybe even into the early 90s. But this is a phone card featuring Wade Boggs on the Yankees. Here's the full checklist. So yeah, $10 phone card, prepaid phone card. Another group here, going back into the 80s. This is a Sportflex dealer panel. So I think this was given to promote the 87 Sportflex set. You can see Boggs up there in the corner. You got Wally Joyner. This one may be hard to tell, but it is Fernando Valenzuela. And you have Eddie Murray. There's the back. So it looks like the National League players had the red here, and the American League players had blue. But this is 87 Sportflex, I believe. They call it the dealer panel. Got to make sure the stack doesn't fall over. This is an interesting one. This is a Slurpee. If you're familiar with the little Slurpee discs, this actually, it's blank back, but you can see there's like some stickiness, or I don't know if it was some tape or whatever, but this was meant to put on a Slurpee display within a gas station convenience store type thing, or wherever the Slurpee was sold. And there is George Brett, you have Pete Rose, and then you have Wade Boggs. As you can see, as you tilt it, you can see the baseball superstars, but when you get to Boggs, it sort of disappears. So as opposed to the Sportflex where you go this way, the Slurpees, you go that way. Here is a 93 Topps Finest. I think they're called Jumbos. There wasn't a refractor version of this, but 93, the first year for Topps Finest. So just a jumbo card. Then we have a group of Catico. This was a playing game, and these were little discs that you put for the game. I never had the game, but I believe you spun a wheel or something like that, and based on the number, there was a way to play the game. And there are various different versions over the years for Boggs, and some of them are different variations. So this is one here with the Red Sox. I don't know if it has the date yet, 1988. This one here is from, I'm not sure if it says here. We'll look on the back. This is what the backs look like. This will be from 93. And this is the uncut square is how it's listed in the checklist. You can see the perforation. So this is how they would come, I believe, in the game, and then you would, take them out, and then it would end up looking like a disc. So there's the one there. I'm missing the one square there. And for some of these, there are error versions, or I don't know about error versions. Some of these are 1990, 91. Same image they used, but just different backs, and there's updated stats on the back. But these two here, I think these are the two. If you look at the front, both of these are from 88. And if you look, they're both the square that before you cut them out. But this one here has Boston Red Sox and American League, and the other one doesn't. So for some reason, there are two different versions. Again, as a super collector, once I found out there are two different versions, I had to have one of each version. And so there's a whole bunch of Catico discs from the late 80s into the early 90s. Here is, and I actually have two copies of this, 1990, I want to say 94. I'm not sure if I can show it here, if it'll show up. 1994 Upper Deck. Yeah, 1994 Upper Deck. I think these are called the All-Star Jumbos. And there's a gold version. I believe they're serial numbered out of 10. Would love to get my hands on one of them. Of course, there's a lot of Mattingly collectors out there and some Boggs collectors. I saw one several years ago pop up on eBay, and I forget what it went for, but it went for way more than what my bid was on that, but there's the back of it. So it's a lot of people probably collect this as a Don Mattingly card, but of course Boggs is on the back, so it's part of my checklist. Here's a Throwback Thursday Topps online exclusive. It's designed as to be like a postcard. And this came out in, I want to say, well, there's a date on here somewhere. Oh, it's actually, they're serial numbered out of 49, and it came out in 2014. I know this pile's gonna fall over here. Here's an interesting, it's a Christmas card put out by the Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2005. There's Wade Boggs as a kid and Ryan Sandberg as a kid, and just has a little bio on both players. And this is just something that was available through the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum store. Just a interesting piece. Here's another interesting piece, a $1 bill with Wade Boggs on the front. And I really have to do something with, I'm not going to mess around with the camera now. Really need to work on the shadows here. But yeah, this is an actual $1 bill, legal tender. And I think technically, even though they, replaced, Boggs on the front there, they even have his name on there. I think you could still use this to buy something, but again, it's more of a collector's item. You've probably seen these on eBay. Someone just cut out an image, glued it on there, and they've done it for celebrities and ball players, things like that. Here is an 87 Sport Flicks. So you can see there's Boggs fielding. There's his, somewhere you can see his portrait. And you can sort of see it there. And then him at the plate. Oh, there we go. It's a three-way. There you go. Maybe you can see it there a little bit better. This is from 87. This is more of a jumbo Sport Flicks disc. This is an LK decal. The company, LK Sports, made these decals. This is the back. There's two within here. There's a front and a back. And what I think you did is you basically put these in water, and it would come off the backing, and you could put these on mugs, glasses, drinking glasses, things like that. So they're the LK decals, and so this is the front and the back of that. Now there's other versions of this as well. There's one that's called Pink Cheeks or something like that. In the printing process, it made the player's cheeks a little bit rosier. This is the non-rosy cheek version. I think I have one other version, maybe with the rosy cheeks, but couldn't find it in the group that these were in. This is an interesting, it's meant to be an old postcard. Gypsy Oak, they do a lot of custom art design stuff that they sell, I think primarily on eBay. So it's made to look like a really old postcard, and it just has an artist drawing there of Boggs on the front. Broder, if you're familiar with the 80s unlicensed, even though they showed the player and the uniform and everything like that, it was essentially an unlicensed product put out by the Broder company. Did a lot of sets in the 80s, early 90s. I think I have every single Broder card that was produced by Boggs, but here's Rob Broder. He was a photographer, so he went to a lot of spring training games and just took a lot of pictures of ball players and made different sets out of them. This is the 87 Action Superstars oversized card. Most of them were regular baseball card size. Here's a 1990 Windwalker. I think, I don't know if there's a hole at the top. You may be able to see right there. I think you can punch out, maybe you can see it on the back. You can punch out the hole there and basically make a windwalker, a little good luck charm thing that you would hang. You would get multiple players, and you could buy the thing that hangs down and clip all these on, something like that. But these are these Windwalker discs from 1990, and this one has Boggs and Kirby Puckett. You don't see these very often. We have a 1995 Post Collector's Series. It's perforated down there, so more like a little booklet. There's a full color image there on the one side, and then the Post Collector's Series. I'm not sure if these were found in, I don't know how they were distributed, whether it was in cereal boxes or I'm not sure how they were distributed actually. But there's that. This is an interesting one. This is from 1992, and it's called New Sport. And it's French, because you can, I believe this is French on the back. So it's Canadian. I'm not sure how these were distributed either. Just an interesting oddball card that I found and picked up many years ago. But just thought that was interesting that the whole back is in, I believe that's French. There's that. Next is a 90. Some of these I'm confused on the years. 96 Upper Deck. I think these are called the Upper Deck All-Star Jumbos. A little bit different than the Don Mattingly one. But this is one just for Boggs. And so they did these only for the All-Star players, I think, in the checklist. This is card number 7, but it's a reproduction of the Upper Deck card. It's just a larger size. And the Upper Deck card was card number 410 in the set. Then we have an 86 Donruss. I think this is a one of the All-Star Jumbo cards. And this one here is, technically you could say it's a Wade Boggs rookie card. Not really card. It's 1983 Fleer stamps. I do have the single stamp panel, but this is the 4-player version that has John Montefusco, Reggie Smith, and Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry. So this is a single group of 4 here, and you can, there's a $1 poster offer from Fleer. Send $1 cash check or money order, and you can get a $1 poster of certain players. So, but here are the stamps. So technically, it's 83. It's a rookie year, but yeah, it's just technically not a card. Here's an interesting one. This is, I'm not sure of the year. I don't. Well, maybe it has. No, it doesn't have the year on it. I forgot to look it up on my checklist, but this is a double play bubblegum cooler from Meadow Gold. So this is the foil wrapping for, I think these were double play bubblegum cooler. Oh gosh, I should have looked this up. Because initially I thought that these were little like ice cream bars from Meadow Gold, but it's a bubblegum cooler. But it has Schmidt, Willie McGee, and Wade Boggs, and those are the only 3 players, because you can see after Schmidt, you can start seeing the top of Boggs. So it's just a continual strip. But I have the full one showing Boggs, McGee, and Schmidt. And there's the other side of it as well. Maybe it has a year on the back here. Let's see. 1986. There we go. All right, ice milk contain. Yeah, so it is some sort of like a little ice cream treat. Here is an insert from Baseball Card Magazine, showing players in different designs. You have two 1959 Topps cards. That may be a 59 All-Star card. I'm not sure. Here's the back. So you can see this came out in 1989 Baseball Cards Magazine. So this was inserted into the magazine, and whoever did this didn't do a great job in pulling it out from the magazine. And there's a little, grease and things like that. But this is a Baseball Card Magazine insert there with a mock-up of a 59 Topps Wade Boggs. I have another one here. This one is from, I don't have glasses on. This is from 1986 Baseball Cards Magazine. This one's a little bit better. It was perforated. And these represent the Connie Mack All-Star cards. And of course, we have the 51 Topps cards, redbacks. So you can see back here, collect the whole series of Major League All-Stars, 2 in the series. And so you have Wally Joyner and Don Mattingly there, and then Dwight Gooden and Wade Boggs up there. Then this one here is a dealer tag, a dealer exhibitor tag from the, I believe it's the 2000. Where did I look it up? Well, the Donruss card is from 2002. It's a 2002 Donruss. This is probably from the 2002 National. I believe the different dealer exhibitor tags, Donruss as a promotion put a different card in each one, and the dealer must have put this up on eBay, and I picked it up because it has the Boggs card on it. So the card itself is not an oddball, but the whole thing is sort of an oddball thing. All right, just a few left, but I saved some of the rarer oddball cards for last. Now here, if you bought any Sports Illustrated posters as a kid back in the late 80s, a lot of these had little stickers on the display pieces that had all the different posters that you could choose from, the display cases at stores and so on. This is a poster test sticker from 1986 Sports Illustrated poster, right? So this is a catalog number. So this is poster number 4528 in the Sports Illustrated series. Not sure how they cataloged them, but it's a blank back. But this is what the actual Sports Illustrated poster would look like. I believe I have one in a frame, the actual poster for this. But this is the test sticker. So not only do I have this one, which is hard to find, I have a copy graded. So 1986 Sports Illustrated Wade Boggs poster test sticker, PSA 9. I believe this is, I don't know how many are graded PSA 9, but this is the highest graded copy. There are no PSA 10s. You don't find these very often, especially ones that have been graded. I don't know if PSA would even grade new ones anymore. I'm not sure. I know they sometimes shy away on some of these oddball things. I don't know if they would grade any new ones, but yeah, this is one of the highest graded copies of this test sticker. Very hard to find. And the next one here is another test issue. This is the 1989 Topps Heads Up. You know anything about this set, you know how hard they are to come by. There was a 1990 version. I don't think Boggs was in it. It was produced, I think, in greater quantity, so they're not as hard to find. The Griffey in 89 is the big one. That one goes for thousands of dollars. I think these maybe sell for a few hundred. As you can see here, there's a little suction cup This one actually has a suction cup. If I were to ever get this graded, a PSA won't grade it with the suction cup, so I'd somehow have to remove it without damaging the card. So for now, I'm fine with it being ungraded. Just a really cool item. Really, really, really hard to find for player collectors that are in this set. You can either use a suction cup, or you can take the tape off. So peel off tape, remove suction cup to stick on other surfaces. So if you had a flat surface, you could use a suction cup. Any other surfaces, you could take that tape off. I don't know how that tape would affect the grade. Some of these that look like they're in great shape, you know, I've seen copies graded like PSA 3 or something like that. It is a sort of a die cut, so there may be some issues with some of them. This appears to be, you know, crease free, but who knows how this would actually grade. There's like a little stain there or something like that. But regardless of the grade, you just don't find these very often. And the next to last one is, and it's going to be hard to get on the screen here. I'll just show you what it is first. It's the 1992 Donruss Diamond Kings Supers. Supposedly, there's only maybe 20 of these in existence. I think that's what it was. And these were given out to Donruss executives. It's the same image as the 92 Donruss Diamond Kings from the set, but these are 5x7 versions. Back looks the same as well. But I think these were limited to like only 20. There was one set, geez, I want to say it was either 2015 or 2019 National that someone was selling. I don't know what it went for. I think they were selling the entire set of these. I don't know what they went for. I don't think they were selling them individually. But these are also very, very hard to find, especially if my memory is correct and there's only 20 copies out there. This copy is graded a PSA 8. I think there's a 10 and a 9 out there, so this isn't the highest graded copy. There's a little bit of scuffing there on the front and stuff, which dropped the grade. But this is another pretty scarce, let's say. I don't know. I don't like to use the word rare all the time, but it's very, very hard to find one of these. Now the last card, it's not an oddball card, it's an oddball item, but it is, this one I think is pretty rare. In 1997, Topps, and I think it was only like a test issue, maybe limited distribution, but Topps for whatever reason decided to create a set of baseball player marbles. So this is the 1997 Topps marbles Wade Boggs. So you can see this, there were 60 of them. I've seen on occasion the packaging that the marbles come in. I forget how many came in a little package. Somewhere there is like a checklist card or something like that. That's even hard to find as well. But these marbles, not a whole lot of collectors have these marbles in their player collection. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe one other Boggs Trust member has this 1997 Topps marbles, but there you go. Obviously, he was with the Yankees at the time, and it's just like an image in there on both sides, and then the plastic. It's really light. It's not a super heavy solid. It's a light plastic piece that's fused together with that centerpiece that has the image. But there you go. A few, and literally this is a few of my Wade Boggs oddball cards in my collection. I have a ton of stuff from the 80s and 90s. Some of the stuff even into the 2000s, around the time that he got elected into the Hall of Fame. But there you go, Sammy. Hope you enjoyed this video response. Congratulations again on 3,000 subscribers to your channel. I know your channel is just going to continue to grow as well. You make great content. I know you do a lot of lives, collaborations. Again, continued success with your channel and your collecting. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.